Hello, everyone, and welcome to Cin City D&D. I am, as always, your humble yet horrifying DM, Matt Butler. To my right, lovely and talented Madison. Why don't you tell us about your character?
Hi, Madison, and I play the Tiefling Cleric, Hixsori Basha.
Yo, I'm Rob. I play Varus, the Drought Evocation Wizard, dealer of badassery and smoke tricks.
Hi, my name's Will. I play a half-orc soldier named Bubbles, here to, help everybody out.
My name is Charlie. I play Reprious Frostbeard, the demon-slaying dwarf.
Hi, my name's Casey. I play Penumbra Rios, the green dragonborn rogue, and he's out for your money. He wants your money. Give it to him. Give it to him.
Last time on Cin City D&D, if you guys will recall, they managed to find the treasure room filled with all sorts of goodies, including giant grapes of different colors and abilities. Some of them gave you a +2 intelligence. Some of them gave you a +2 wisdom or dex or something like that. But once you managed to successfully loot the stuff inside the giant grapes, you found your way over to the lair of some sort of porcupine-like creature that was also like a vampire, was trying to suck your guys' blood, but managed to terrify Hixsori enough that she like one-shotted it. She was just like, ah! And just fucking like killed it in 2 seconds. So after that, you guys have managed to take the quills out of the porcupine, stick it into the brush that was in the gnome's hand, and now you have the palette that still doesn't have any color on it, but you have all of the flowers arrayed before you. There's 6 different kinds, each different color. So we'll go ahead and pick it up from there.
Are these flowers like regular flowers? Are they like growing from the ground flowers?
Yeah, like they're grown out of the ground. They look like large, just giant flowers. They really don't have like a plant attached to them, really. They just look like they're big flowers that are growing out of the ground.
I want to try something before we do anything drastic. I want to cast Speak with Plants and see if I can uncover anything, like glean any knowledge from the flowers themselves.
Okay. So you cast Speak with Plants, and you become aware of the sounds of a couple plants, like from further out. But then the sense that you get from these plants is like malice and like evil, and they're like, yes, soon you will die like the rest of them.
Oh.
The flowers, while they are growing out of the ground and look like normal flowers, inside where like the pollen would be is actually like a liquid. And it's the same color as the flower.
Can I roll to see what this liquid is?
Well, I like recoil and tell everybody like what I felt and heard from the plants.
Okay, so you know that this liquid is definitely, like, you get a sense of, like malice and hatred and all that stuff that
Liquid
Varus,
hatred.
Yeah, liquid hatred.
That's what it
distilled
is. I knew
hatred.
it.
You get that sense, the same sense that Varus got, but you sense, because you're a cleric, you sense that this is negative energy. So, like, you know that the liquid is filled with, or imbued rather, with the negative energy of evil. You know, like, you know how there's positive energy, negative energy. Positive energy is what you use for healing spells. Negative energy is what you use for attack spells.
Yeah.
So it feels like it's filled with that, like, negative energy.
Okay. And how close are we to the...
Well, the 6 flowers are just arrayed before you, and then in front of that is the statue of the gnome holding the paintbrush and the empty palette.
Are we in... we're not in initiative order yet.
No, not at all.
Could I possibly try to use a spell of healing on them, since healing does the opposite of what... Or, I mean, no. Maybe not try to kill it. I don't know.
Are these normal-sized flowers?
They're larger than average. I mean, they're, probably like this big.
Well, I wonder if we can maybe use like all the like grass that's around us to kind of like, they're, use them as like a paintbrush and like scoop some up and put it on the palette.
It's very possible.
But the thing is, like, is there a specific? Is there any markings on the palette where it could be like, like this, like places where things should go, or is it just blank?
So there are notches where you would insert like some sort of color, like some sort of paint or whatever, but there's no markings that tell you which paint should go where.
Each of the flowers are different colors?
Yes.
Can I use Mage Hand to try to pick up a flower?
Absolutely. So you use
You're
Mage
gonna pluck
Hand.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, to try to pluck the flower.
Yeah.
So you use Mage Hand to try to pluck the flower, and you manage to pluck the flower, and as soon as you pull it off of the stem, you feel like a rumbling beneath you for a second, almost as if something massive is moving beneath the forest floor. And then another one slowly grows up out of the ground. I say slowly, but I mean this is really quickly to how a flower would normally grow. But it winds its way up out of the ground from the stalk and like blooms again. Then you see it's like another flower that looks exactly the same.
Oh my god.
And the
Cool.
flower that you have in your hand, you instantly start to feel that it gets warmer as you've plucked it. Well, I guess it's mage hand, so you really don't feel it. But you notice that it begins to decay immediately.
I start picking flowers
Okay.
like crazy.
What?
Tons of flowers. She loves me not. She loves me not. She loves me not.
We need the paint. We need the paint.
So like you just start picking flowers like crazy with your mage hand, and all of a sudden like everything's getting all rumbly like type shit, and you can hear just like massive something moving underneath of the like the cave, and then you see that the flowers keep growing up, but all of the flowers that you pick just decay into ash after a few moments.
Well, that was fun.
Okay, so now that I'm done freaking out, thinking that some giant monster's just gonna reach up and swallow us whole.
See, I knocked that option out of the park, or that fear away.
That's
You're
true.
welcome.
You did well. You did well, my friend. Can I scoop up some of the purple stuff and put it in one of the notches?
Yeah, definitely. What are you going to use to scoop it up with?
I'm actually gonna take like 3 stalks and like kind of like bunch them up together and try and like just scoop as much as I can onto them.
Okay. All right. So you start to scoop the stuff out of the center onto it, and you see that it manages to work like decently well. But as soon as the stuff touches that the thing that's holding it begins to decay. So like you manage to scoop enough to where you run over really quickly and place it on there, but then it all just decays in your hand. But the purple does manage to stick to the palette and remain there.
Huh. So we need to find a different way to get it over there. So the purple didn't decay, the branches decayed.
Yes. Yeah, it's like the stuff was super, super acidic, and it just ate away at like...
I wonder if you could mage hand it, Casey.
I could try that. Could I pull
How-
like a mage hand bowl cup and like do that and pick it up that way?
Can mage hand move liquids like that?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
There's no real verbiage about it. No.
I was going to say, I don't think anybody's tried before, so...
And is it a liquid or a paste?
It's more like a paste. Like, it's liquidy, but it's more like a...
I just imagine mage hand would work the same as like if I only had access to my hand, so I can make like a little
Yeah,
cup.
like you could scoop it, right? And just...
Or like,
Yeah, like
imagine like how a paste would act in space. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Like-
So, right. So you decide, okay, so you want to use the mage hand to scoop. Which color?
red.
Red. Okay. So you use your mage hand to dip into some of the red and pick it up, and you manage to get it over to the palette and place it inside. But you notice that your mage hand, the spell itself starts to decay. Like the spell starts to break apart, and your mage hand becomes like less stable and less consistent until finally it just fades away.
Huh.
Does damage. So let's. Does anybody have any empty bottles? We could take it. Maybe poison our swords with it or something.
What if it eats our swords?
Well, we could also just like use them as bombs.
That's true. What if it eats the bottle? Yeah, use a vial and try it.
You scoop some into a vial, and you just hold it there for a second, and then the vial completely dissolves and it just falls to the floor.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep casting mage hand and moving more of the colors over to the palette.
Okay. All right. So you take about a half an hour to do that, just moving all this stuff over to the palette. It takes a couple tries with your mage hand, but you manage to succeed. So you're a little worn out, and you're just like, At least that's
Guys, my magic hand is tired.
Why don't I have Mage Hand? Do I get more cantrips as we go along? I should be able to help.
Guys,
you
my
with this.
magic hand is tired. Things a wizard says is at a brothel.
Right.
all right. So as you fill in, like now that you've filled in the palette and you have the brush, the gnome statue slowly begins to mechanically come to life, and you see that this like huge devilish grin crosses his face. He's just like,
Ew.
and then he like takes the paint.
Run away! Run away!
And
I'm
he
scared of
takes
that
the
thing.
paintbrush and he's just like, and dips it into all the colors, and then moving with like a blinding speed, he quickly runs across and he starts painting this huge scene, but like in 3-dimensional space in the cavern. So all of a sudden you see that there's like a Balor that gets painted into existence with like this fury all over its face, and it's like in like mid motion, and you see that there's another angel. There's an angel on the other side of it, completely covered in just like this like glowing substance as it looks up, and it goes to punch into like the Balor, and the Balor comes down with this hammer, and then you see that the angel just gets destroyed and like explodes, and you see the flecks of paint hit your face across like the entire cavern, and then where it was standing, the Balor rises up and holds the hammer like this, and then it becomes a statue with the hammer in its hands.
Wait,
Dude, that was cool.
That was super cool.
That was dope.
Ooh,
I didn't know they had 3D painting software in D&D.
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, right. You just need a gnome, and that's how all 3D printing is done.
No.
Powered by
All right, so do one of our fighters / barbarians / dwarf want the hammer? Because I'm not proficient with hammers.
As soon as the Balor becomes a statue, 2 bone chests emerge from the ground next to him,
I
one on
wanna
either side.
touch one and open it.
Dibs on a chest since I can't use the hammer.
Two though.
What does the hammer do, damage-wise?
Destroys angels.
Yeah, right. It's pretty BA. So the hammer, the Balor's hammer, is large. It's a 10-foot hammer made of bone and steel melted together.
Holy shit.
It is stained a dark red from the blood of angels that it's killed, and it radiates a feeling of malice. When wielded in battle, it changes the wielder's alignment to chaotic evil, and small corns grow on their head. It deals 4d10 plus 10 negative energy damage and stuns opponents for 1 round. It also grants the wielder the fear spell twice a day, and if wielded continuously for 666 days, it unlocks its true power, which you guys don't know what that is.
Isn't this what we were looking for?
Yeah.
Holy shit. That is fucking awesome.
Open one of the chests, like I had said previously.
Okay, so it is locked.
Same.
Okay.
They are locked up tight.
Casey, what do you?
Penumbra.
I'm lock picking. I'm a lock picking maniac.
Pick 'em, bro. Pick 'em.
So we both want a chest, so how do we know whose chest is whose?
First one is yours. Second one's mine.
Yay! Okay.
There you go.
Continue.
So you open up the first chest, and inside you see a pane of glass. It's like about this big, and it's set inside of a hand mirror. But instead of being a mirror, it's just like a clear pane of glass. You also see that there is 9,756 platinum pieces.
Oh.
So a shitload.
Hold on. Okay.
Damn it!
9,000?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
156?
Hold on.
Yeah.
How?
Damn it! I should have picked the first one.
Tori, can I have $20, please?
No.
Can I have a house?
Never give friends money. But yeah.
It's cool. I'm
We're
just
gonna share that, right?
Yes.
It's like that's like fucking
a fortune.
100,000 gold, dude.
We'll never have to work again.
So
I mean, we won't. We had all.
Yeah.
I'm retiring after this.
We're all incredibly rich at this point.
yeah, you guys are like super, super rich at this point.
We are incredibly rich.
So you managed to lockpick the second one as well, and you open that one up, and inside you see that there are 75 tiny jade skulls. So little jades that have been sculpted into skulls. They're about like that big.
Wow.
And you also see a dark. It almost looks like. Do you know how Reprious has that sphere that contains demons. It almost looks like that, but instead of being filled with like giving you an aura of like good magic, it has an aura of like evil magic. So there's that, and it's about the same size, and it's a sphere. And then there's also a very, very large acorn. It's like maybe like this big, you know, like very large acorn. And it is completely red, but then banded with lines of blue and purple.
Can I get Varus to see what it is that I have in my hand? The pain thingy?
Mm-hmm.
So I take it and kind of like roll it over in my hands and like study it and then hand it back and then describe to her what I know.
Okay. So you know that this is what's called a glass of true seeing, and what it does is when looked through, you see how things actually are. So you see through like magical enchantments and illusions and stuff like that. Roll to see what the other
Acorn is?
Yeah, like what the acorn and the sphere is.
And the sphere, yeah.
Okay, so you know that the crystal, the sphere, is known as a soul sphere, which is very similar to the crystal that Reprious has, except for this one is used by high-ranking demons and devils from the lower planes, and they trap the souls of like good creatures inside.
It's like a soul stone.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and you also know that the seed is actually the seed of an Elysian oak, which is what Carl is.
I get to grow a Carl!
Oh my gosh.
We'll raise it.
Dang. Okay, so I like hand these back with like extreme reverence, you know what I mean, and tell him exactly what they are and that he's a lucky dragon.
Yay, me!
And while everybody is opening up their chests and stuff, and after looking up at the statue and reach up and like grab the hammer.
Okay.
And
So
just like kind of like pull on it.
So like as soon as your hand touches the hammer, the statue crumbles and you're left like holding it. But of course, this means that you're holding a giant 10-foot hammer one-handed. So you're like, "Ooh!" And like, but you say it like drops to the ground and you're holding it, and you find that it's like a struggle to even pick this thing up because of how heavy and dense it is.
I'm like,
Yeah, right, weakling. Let me take that. I want to grab it from him.
Okay, so Bubbles, you go to pick it up, and you go to pick it up. You're like, "Please, dude," and then you're like, "Oh my god!" And then you're just like, "Ugh!" And you manage to be able to lift it, but like you're gonna have to like hit the gym before you can wield this thing in battle.
Jesus.
Yeah. So you guys, have gotten the hammer now. You've looted everything in the room, and you hear like a weird sort of sound coming from outside of the cave. You hear like almost like something's moving around out there. You can only hear it very faintly because the waterfall is still raging. So.
Can I do a perception check to see if I can hear it?
Yeah, sure.
And nat 20.
Nat 20?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay, so you're like, wait a minute, I hear somebody. And so you go and you kind of stick your ear almost through the waterfall a little bit, and then you manage to pick up that there's definitely somebody outside of it. It sounds like a humanoid type thing, and it sounds like they're drinking from the water of the like where the waterfall flows into that little like lake.
Blood of the mountain.
The thing that Ted did in How I Met Your Mother, where he like was whispering things, and they couldn't.
Oh my god! Yeah, and that. Yeah.
I didn't know where it was coming from. Can I do that?
Amazing. Yeah, you totally.
Okay. I go to the waterfall and I say.
And then you hear him like stop, and he's like, "Is someone there?"
No.
Do we know who this is? Should I poison the waterfall?
No.
I thought I'd ask first.
So he's an old humanoid? An old humanoid?
Well, you haven't looked at him yet, but yeah, that's what it sounds
He sounds old.
like.
Keep
Let me
going,
see.
Madison. Don't let your conscience get you.
No.
We need to torment this old fucker.
No. Let's see. I want to play him a song. So kind of lure him over here. Play him a sweet, sweet, beautiful, soft song of love. Can I
And
do that?
as she does that, I'm gonna cast disguise our alter self and turn myself into a beautiful naked woman.
And I
I'm gonna hide.
and I create like this like crazy like misty smoke that's like enveloping her curves and stuff and swelling to the music.
So all of this happens, and you know, Casey slowly emerges from the water, just like
It's like that scene
And,
he
like-
comes out of the pool. Bah,
yeah,
bah,
bah, bah.
Get it? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Right here. Waterfall.
That's exactly what's happening right now. So, and then you see that. So, Casey, as soon as you emerge from the waterfall, you see that the form that was drinking from is an incredibly old man. Like he looks so old. Like he literally looks like if Will Smith lived to be like 100.
Yes.
Like he's crazy old,
Is
and
it
he's
Will
just
Smith?
like, oh, what's this now?
It's like, oh. Not too old for that.
Yeah, not too old for that. Ooh. What is this?
I gingerly like cover myself with my hand, but not really attempting to that much. I'm like, you've interrupted my bath. Why are you here?
She's like, oh, don't let me stop you. I've been wandering in this forest for years. I don't even know what year it is, but I ran afoul of the Sir Felix a long time ago, back when I was a young whippersnapper. A little bit more virile than I am today, though still virile. Don't forget that.
At
He's
this
like-
point, the Sir Felix like walks up like from the side.
He's like, oh my god, oh. And he starts like turning, and he like tries to run into the woods, but he's so old, he's like falling down. He's like, oh.
Help him.
Wait. I lean down next to him and kind of just gently put my hand up on his chin and raise it up, and then get really close, and then turn back into Penumbra.
Ah!
And he's like,
Is he still naked?
oh, what's happening?
I come out and say, Demon! No, Demon!
Varus comes out of the fog laughing his ass off. What's cracking up?
Oh, never
It's a
Demon!
drow! Oh
Heart attack. I don't want him to die. He's sad.
no! Yeah, for real.
And then Ashton Kutcher comes out of the forest with cameras, like, you're unpunked!
Oh
Yeah,
my god. So who's gonna talk to this poor man? It sounds like it needs to be the one playing the music.
Okay, it's me.
Yeah, it probably shouldn't be me since I just did that to him.
Hey, fella.
Oh,
Hello, fella. Okay. It's okay.
Now he's like a human with horns!
No, it's okay. Here, I'll cover him.
I just realized how none of us in our party look normal anymore. Bubbles has horns now too. Like,
That's good.
Well, Bubbles hasn't used the hammer,
That's
so he
true.
doesn't have horns yet.
oh, okay.
Probably, okay, I know I have eyes that are completely cold, but it's okay. I can.
Don't worry about it.
I'm a normal person. I'll talk to him.
No.
Okay.
All right, I'll play music softly in the background.
Is it a human? I guess I should have asked that.
Yeah, he is. He's a
Yeah.
human.
Okay. All right.
So I'm gonna walk up and apologize for my friend's crazy behavior. They've gone mad in the woods over the year.
Oh,
I
I
guess
can-
it's been like a year.
Yeah, it's been, you guys have been in, well, yeah, that's a good question. You guys have been in the Crystal Labyrinth for like a long time. It had to have been at least like 6 months or longer. This is all we know.
I haven't had a shower in a year.
No,
Good thing I went to that waterfall.
I have
Yeah,
washed.
right.
This happened somehow,
Right.
some way. My body has been cleansed.
I preen myself, of course.
So
What's
the,
your story, old man?
I was wandering around. I was an old adventurer like yourself. I don't know what you're doing with the unique company, but I'm not one to judge.
Very
But,
much like
Good.
judge.
But if just between you and me, if that were lady becomes a lady again, let me know.
Where lady?
You know, at the next full moon, I'll be taking my Viagra. So
Yeah, it's been hard. It's been hard out here for a G, and it's trying to survive in this forest. Were you the ones that managed to kill the Sir Felix? What's going on with that thing? It looks all like.
Is that the face you make?
Yeah, that's the face of Sir Felix.
No, that's the face the old dude is making.
Yeah, that's what he does.
it's like, Will hit it in the eye when it was alive, so now it's all derpy.
Oh, I see. You guys must be a lot stronger than me and my friends. I guess you guys might be the ones that could finally, clear this area out.
Are your friends dead?
He's like, well, I don't know how long I didn't. Last time I was myself, I wasn't an old man, so I would assume they're probably dead.
Where are your friends?
Dead.
What do you mean last time you were yourself? Did you wake up as an old man?
Yeah, that's
Because
what
I'm leaving if that happened.
No, I don't want to. No, let's leave. We're not waking up old.
No, that's the worst thing I've ever heard.
Go. We
Yeah,
gotta
he
go.
basically, because
That's
basically,
legitimately my nightmare.
yeah, right. Like that's literally what happened.
Like
to
in
him.
and out of character.
No,
Yeah.
escort him away.
Yeah, so he basically just woke up. No, because he had been living he had been going. His adventuring group had gone into the forest 20 years ago or something, or even longer
Yeah,
ago,
he's old as hell.
and he was there with them, but they got taken over by the Sir Felix, and so he was just a puppet of the Sir Felix his entire life until right now.
Okay, so he wasn't magically aged. He was just a puppet for most of his
Realize
life.
For a
time
long
passed.
time, yeah, and then he just woke up because he killed the Sir Felix and was like, "Oh, guess I'm old now."
Oh, that sucks.
That sucks, dude. I'm sorry.
Do you want some? Are you
I turned back into the hot lady just to make him feel better.
Right.
Does my old body good. Did you ever manage to complete the flying machine?
No,
Now
we're
we got
still-
the key.
Yeah, we're still trying to build it. Will you? Have you found any parts?
What?
We need
I
a
know
plate
what-
and a steering wheel.
You still need the steering wheel?
Yeah, and the plate, whatever that.
So there is
The disc.
a tree some paces to the west. It is a very, very tall tree, and I have seen we at one point my party had the steering wheel, but there were these forest apes that stole it from us and climbed up this incredibly high tree that we could not climb, and they secreted it away up there. I could probably lead you there, but you would have to recover it yourselves.
I don't want this old dude having to walk places.
Yeah, wait, didn't this happen like a long ass time ago? Who says it's even still there?
What's your name?
Oh, my name is Eli.
What is your quest?
To find the Holy Grail.
What?
Blue, no yellow.
Let's make him ride the zombie cat.
Yeah,
So we don't have to
want
carry
jump on the zombie Sir Felix and head on over to that tree.
He wasn't pointing in the direction of Carl, was he?
No,
I was like,
different
thank
tree.
God I'm not.
We have to climb Carl again. God damn it!
Carl! You fuckers doing that.
I was like, Carl has apes in him? What?
Why didn't we know
I
that?
feel like you would have noticed that. Yeah.
Where were they?
Yeah.
They fling poo.
Oh.
Ah!
No!
I was just as a DM, I was writing the stats for that, just being like, Plu Fling does 2d6. That would be amazing. Just to see that written down on a piece of paper.
I would really enjoy that.
But then you have to make a
Like-
constitution roll to see if your character goes.
Right.
God. Yeah. Ugh.
I ask I ask Eli if he knows where the last piece of the thing is, the disc that's like plate sized, whatever that thing is.
He says, I feel like I don't know. It's still pretty groggy, but I feel like we did know where that was at one point. But I don't know. I'm not used to being old yet.
Yeah, stop. Stop being old. Says yeah.
Okay, so Varus, you're riding up front, and you guys get to this tree, and you see that it's a fairly large tree. You know, like it stretches pretty tall, but it's not near as massive or as tall as Carl, and it's fairly thin. I mean, it's only like this big around, but it's like 100 feet tall. So you can see it just like the top of it just kind of like swaying in the breeze. It looks very, very unsteady. And as you're looking up, staring up at it, Varus, a piece of poo just hits you in the face.
Are you fucking...
And then
Varus literally like falls backwards off of Mr. Feely and lands on his head, like trying to get it off.
And then that's where we're gonna call it. So thank you to everybody.
God damn it.
So thank you to everybody that watched the edited version and the non-edited version. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you love us like we love you. Check out our Facebook pages. Check us out on the Snapchats and the Twitters and all that good social media stuff. Check out MadisButler.com. New website coming soon. We'll have info on the characters, info on the world of Cin City D&D. But as always, remember to keep your friends close. Put your dice bag closer. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.